Say, man, I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone and tell you thank you for tuning in. Because without you guys, we wouldn't.
Oh, certainly. Yeah, I think he's the one who.
Yeah, I want to thank y'all for taking the time out to tune in. When we ain't got the music and I'm probably flying. So today I did have to fly. Um, had to take care of business, regardless being sick or not. Sometimes you got to get up and get it done, and that's how it boils down to with me today. But today I got a very polarizing young man in the building with me today. I mean, y'all done heard about him. You done read the stories 1,000 times. We got my man from the business connections, Aubrey Taylor, in the building. What's going on, my brother?
Breaking up.
What's going on, Aubrey?
Hey, how's it going, Gary?
Hey, it's good, man. It's good, man. Forgive the connection issues if you have some on my end. Um, I'm just getting off a plane in Minneapolis. So, I got a little work to do, but we gonna get it done. Um, I know everybody
I
trying to
think it's
figure
break.
out who is Aubrey Taylor. Tell the people who is Aubrey Taylor.
Hey, Gary, you're kind of breaking up on me, man. Yeah.
Okay, when I'm
Oh,
speaking, mute your microphone.
okay.
All right,
Okay.
all right. So
All right.
let the people know who is Aubrey Taylor. Y'all bear with me for a second, please. Just bear with me for a second.
So you are backstage. Okay.
Okay, can you hear me, Aubrey? Hold on a second, man. I can't hear anything.
Okay.
Can you?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. I can hear you
Uh,
now. What I want you to do is I just want you to talk. I don't want you to push no buttons no more tonight. I'm gonna push all your buttons for you.
all
All
right,
right.
man.
All right. So let me go up in here. Let me check something. All right. I want you to tell the people who you are. Tell them who you are and what you do.
Yeah, my name is Aubrey R. Taylor. I'm the publisher of Houston Business Connections newspaper. I've been in the industry for over 30 years.
Now I know you write a lot of politics. I know that. That's how I introduce myself to you. Is hold on, man. Man, I'd have lost a whole pack of cigarettes. Oh
Oh man.
man. And I ain't
Oh
buying
man.
none out here, man. Oh Lord, my nerves is bad. Oh Lord, I can't do it. I can't do it. All right,
Hello,
y'all,
Gary.
bear with me. 'Cause I'm not playing no $10 for no cigarettes in no Minnesota. That ain't finna happen. All right, now everybody here with you. You know, we know what's been going on, and the big thing is Dr. Candace Matthews looks like she doesn't have degrees. I would bet the house that she doesn't have degrees. Um, and I think last night you got a little frustrated, and you say it's time to put this to bed. That's exactly what you said. It's time to put this to bed. So tell the people what you come up with, man.
Well, look, here's the situation, man. This is a situation that's easy to solve. I think we've seen Candace Matthews over time uh, produce her receipts, so I don't see why this situation should be any different. If she has receipts in terms of the degrees that she's claiming to have, I'll give $5,000 to see those.
5 G's to see the receipts. Not
Just to see.
nothing made up on a computer.
No, anything like that. We want to inspect them. We want it straight from the universities.
So that means you would have to order the transcripts, and they'll say, "Oh, that takes too long." No, it don't. I've ordered my transcripts, and they can fast track it to you, get it to you in a matter of days.
Yeah.
So if she comes up with the degrees and they inspect it, that transcript is legitimate, you're gonna put that 5,000 on.
Yeah, it's not just a transcript though. I mean, so I mean, she should have degrees along with that. Now, from what I understand, when she was in court, she wouldn't provide those to the court. So I don't see why she would provide those now. Again, that's my understanding. But I do understand from there's the other show with your former co-host yesterday. I heard about that. Supposedly they've seen him. So I don't think that that should be that
Let me
difficult.
say let me just say this, man. Whether they seen him or not, it probably wouldn't matter. Trying to make Gary Monroe look small was the thing that was going on. Like, the information that's being provided is not valid. I don't think you see whatever degrees you saw, they wasn't legitimate, because this could have been stopped a week and a half ago. It could have been stopped a week and a half ago. There's just strange things that are going on, like the removing of the educational background on social media after all of this comes out.
Yeah, once the heat got on, before that, she didn't actually have graduated from any universities. I mean, she basically had attended. But again, in the court records that I was able to look at, she had that she graduated from universities, from Temple and South Carolina, I believe, and was attending Texas A&M at the time.
Yeah, and that's amazing, because some of that didn't line up last night with the ex-husband on the show, James Inicio, because James said he married her in 2005 and never saw her go to school, never saw her get a degree. But what James forgot to tell y'all is that they moved to Okinawa, Japan in 2006 and 7. So this man, in 3 years of the 5 that they were married, never saw her go to a school, never
That's my
saw her
understanding.
attend a university. And the sad part about this, everybody like, it's a lot of people that dislike me. They dislike you because of what you write. You see what I'm saying? They dislike me because I hold people accountable, and I really put that heat on them. They dislike you because you basically do the same thing, but you do it through print and digital.
Yeah.
And you're a hell of a writer. And I'm getting off the plane today, and I'm thinking, not hard on this thing, but it's just like I be having these random thoughts that hit my head. These Negroes in Houston want these corrupt people in the spots that they in. They want these people to walk around like they're kings among peasants. This is what I'm feeling. How is it that somebody can threaten to blow a school up with children in it, and anybody with common sense would be affiliated with that person? You see what I'm saying?
You know,
I'm not
oftentimes,
understanding that.
yeah. Oftentimes when you see this happening, there's some stuff that's going on in the peripheral or behind the scenes that we don't see and understand. In some cases, there's dirty work that's done. You know, sort of like when you're in the game, man, and you go out and you do some things and you can't get out, man. You know, so you have a situation here where these individuals are covering for one another, and they've got some stuff, man. There's some twisted stuff going on here in Harris County with these groups, man.
Now I'm gonna tell you something, Aubrey, and this just is my opinion, because I only speak for Gary Monroe. I don't speak for Aubrey Taylor, y'all. Nah, it ain't just in Harris County. It's some fucked up shit going on with these niggas. I'm just be straight up with you, dog. It's certain people that we don't have a problem aligning ourselves with. What I mean by that is we don't have a problem kicking it with political drug dealers. We don't have a problem hanging out with pedophiles. I'm telling y'all what's going on in the political world. We ain't got a problem messing with people that molest children, hanging out with them like we act like we don't know this is going on. But you know what's so crazy? If I say the slightest thing on Facebook, you want to ban my account. I ain't never slept with a child. I ain't never took nothing from nobody. I ain't never stole no money from the people. But if I say the wrong thing, you want to punish me. So all these pro-black people out here that support that type of foolishness, stop preaching your save the black people rhetoric. Because you can't save us. You got to purge us. What's your opinion on the side eye, folks turning the side eye, especially in politics, to when there are things going on that shouldn't be going on?
Well, you're talking about turning the side eye, man. I think they've got their heads in the sand, man. I mean, it's pretty clear. I've been reporting on a lot of this stuff for the last few years, and man, it just reeks of corruption, man. And when you sit back and look at it, man, it can't be anything but corruption, and there's a little bit of it, I think, on both sides, uh, because there's no way that this thing could be going on the way that it is, that they could be getting the media cover that they're getting. When I say cover, meaning not reporting on the things that are being brought forward. And I just don't know what to say. I'm at a loss for words. What I'm seeing right now.
Well, I mean, like in the last 24 hours, you've gotten mail from people telling you to cease and desist from telling the truth.
Yeah. Look here, man. Let me say something about that, man. It's clear that the people who are sending me those letters don't understand the Constitution. They don't understand what America's all about. Look, man. There's individuals out here. When some of these individuals who's talking on Facebook and they're doing that thing, I mean, they have freedom of speech rights. But as a publisher, as an independent publisher, I have freedom of speech rights and freedom of the press rights. And these intimidation tactics that they're trying to use against me, they're not going to work. I'm not bowing or bending to that.
Well, you know what? We laughing about it all the time. Y'all get all the mail. I don't get nothing. They don't threaten me. They don't send me no threatening letters. I mean, what is going on in America? Can I get some of this mail? You know why y'all don't send me? It's consequences for your actions. See, Aubrey, that nice guy. I'm a nice guy too. Don't play with me too much though. That's how I feel. Next question, man. Do you have a personal issue with Dr. Matthews?
Yeah, it's personal. I think she made it personal to a certain extent with the actions that she took against me, and in terms of the dog whistles, in terms of trying to get the LGBTQ community involved, and some of her gangster friends. That becomes personal. Man. There are rules to engagement, man. Whether you're talking about a political war, a literal war, and this young lady just violated all of them, man. Yeah, it's a bad. We got a bad situation that we're dealing with now, man. Here.
So
So
let me.
yeah, if you're asking if it's personal, yeah, it's personal at this point.
All right.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Just I'm just getting my in the car real quick. All right. All right.
But
So let me make sure that people understand this. This whole thing started from you writing an article that didn't have anything to do with Candace Matthews. Am I correct?
correct. She was mentioned nowhere in
Then
the
all of
article.
a sudden, she was never mentioned in the article.
No,
So all of a sudden, she starts making disparaging comments on the link where people make comments on the article. Am I correct?
exactly. Yes,
And you basically told her this is not your business. You need to sit down somewhere and leave it alone.
exactly.
And then after that, it just started going back and forth, back and forth. And then all of a sudden, an affidavit pops up online that exposes your family, your children's name, your ex-wife's name, and that is what realistically upset you. Am I correct?
Well, yeah, that was uncalled for. Yeah, so that's something it definitely upset me, just because that shouldn't have been done. If I'm being attacked in any way for something I'm writing, it should be on the validity of the writing, whether or not the statements that I'm making is true and correct. I should be attacked there.
Okay. So maybe you can help me because I don't understand. Why is it that everybody's upset now that you're putting out affidavits on her when she the one that initially put them out?
Man, again, what we have is a twisted situation here, man. It makes no sense for me. I'm dumbfounded. You know that we've talked about it. I'm just not sure. Maybe some sort of jealousy may be where I'm at on the totem pole. I believe that I'm the leader in terms of with my publication from a political standpoint. My last election guide, man, was the one that we did for 2018, which this is a cycle that we're headed into now, was 72 pages, man. One of the large, pretty much the largest in the country. Definitely the largest that was published by a minority owned business. And so while these guys are attacking me, uh, it's dumbfounding to me.
Well, I tell you what, I love to read your articles. We talk about almost every single article. I tell you someday, dog, you write too much. That's too long. You say I just want people to be able to understand everything. And
Well, but here's what. Let me say this, Gary. So let me say this. So here's what you have here. You got to remember now. Those blog posts are not just shared on Facebook. So they're going out to a multitude of different individuals on certain days. So you want for people to have the backstory to the articles. So oftentimes what you'll see the front article, meaning the article I'm writing for that day, but then I'll also have a subsequent article underneath that one. So that's what makes the pages so long.
like I say, I enjoy it. I think it's actually the only political publication that I actually read. I don't read anything else when it comes to politics. I strictly run with you. And it's not because we cool or maybe because we friends. And you know what's so crazy? Everybody think Aubrey Taylor and Gary Monroe super tight. Aubrey Taylor and Gary Monroe have been talking forever, but we didn't actually meet each other until last year at a voting poll. We had never went out to lunch. We had never kicked it. We had never done anything. And we
We've
met
been
each
in the
other at a
same
voting
rooms though.
poll.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah. I say we've been in the same rooms. I was there that night at HISD when when you were when they were dragging folks out of the building and you were telling them that you want to get drugged too. So I was in the room
even
that
that
night.
night, think about it. Even that night, they didn't handle me like they handled everybody else.
Nah, man, they wouldn't touch you, man. I was dumbfounded about that. That's when you really got the first time you got my attention was when you threw the money at the HISD at the trustees. But that particular night, when you basically stepped to the forefront, I think Travis was there that night. I think he was standing up in the chair trying to calm the room down. Who else? I think
I know Travis was there.
Ashton was there. So
Candace Weber.
But here's a funny thing about that, Gary. The people who actually stopped that were the grassroots community activists. Man, you guys wind up being. That's what impressed me with you guys with the show that you put on that night in terms of trying to get that stop, man. Because the status quo was trying to do something totally different. Looked to me like they were trying to hand it over to their friends, man, doing that pass along.
Well, I tell you what, man,
you guys on what you did that night.
I've done hung out with the Travises and the Larry McKenzies, the Art Smiths. These some real cats in the streets, man, that really love their communities. Let me ask you a question, man. I know voter integrity bill is a big thing in the state of Texas right now. And anybody come on this show right now, I'm gonna ask them. Do you think that bill is about suppression or voter integrity?
Oh man, man, you put me on the spot here, man. Man, this bill, I believe, is a bill that we need. We actually have to have something to happen here in Harris County to where there's absolutely no cheating. We've got to restore the confidence of the one vote per person here in Harris County, man. I've actually had to sit and talk with my clients on both sides of the aisle, man. I have a pretty balanced clientele. In the last midterm election, I had about 33 Democrats who supported me and 26 Republicans. So I have a really, really balanced publication, and I try to be fair to all parties. So now here's what I am going to tell you. I think that these voter bills will actually help Democrats who want to unseat some of the corrupt Democrats more than it'll even help the Republicans. That's kind of a done deal once we get past the primaries, and over to the general election. That's kind of going to be a given. I mean, everybody's going to be going down. There's no straight ticket voting this time around, but everybody will be going down the ballot. The problem that we have here is that you have these people in these cliques. And once they put up the person or someone gains their blessings, it's hard to beat them, man. Now, here's the thing. You see incumbents get unseated on the Republican side here, even in state rep races, but you don't see it on the Democrat side. And I don't believe that it's because, nobody wants to oppose them. Man, you can't have this situation where these folks are winning these elections, man, on the absentee ballots alone, man. That's pure madness to me when I look at it.
Well, let me ask you a question. You ain't got much longer in the hot seat. You're doing good, bro. You're doing good. You're doing real good. What is your opinion? Because I stand with him. This is just me. Of State Representative Harold Dutton, who's been under fire by the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats who wanted to censor him, as well as other people, for his work in the legislation this year. What's your opinion of Rep. Dutton?
Well, I have a multi-pronged opinion, if you allow me to elaborate a little bit.
Take your time. Do your thing.
I don't particularly on the absentee ballot stuff. I don't particularly care for the way Dutton wins these elections. But here, I think that what's happening to him with the LGBTQ and the Dr. Candace Matthews and what those guys are doing is a bullying tactic. And I think that's unfair. And I plan to try and stand with him and help him gain his reelection. He's not one of my clients, so they're off on that. But I think that what's happening to him is unfair. I think that as a state rep, it's up to him to decide what's in the best interest of his constituents. And he should have the ability to do that, and he shouldn't be bullied in any way. So I disagree with what they're trying to do in terms of putting him on T-shirts and trying to pressure him and you know, and the party basically, you know, trying to put someone up against him. If I have the
So so
opportunity,
so
I like to help him. I like to help him if I get the
so
opportunity.
say, man, so you telling me they putting Dutton on t-shirts, dragging him on social media, and he ain't sent him a cease and desist letter yet?
No, he had, man.
The same people that sending out the cease and desist letters is doing this to Dutton.
Yeah, yeah. But here's the thing, though, with that, Gary. I think most of their issue with State Rep Dutton at this point is about that transgender about that legislation, man, and him bringing that back up. But here's the thing, and you see me say this multiple times, and so I want to say it right here, man, on the war zone. Hey, man, those transgenders, they have no no reason, and it should not be competing against our girls in track and field events. No way, no how. I'm against that, man. So I would stand with Dutton on that issue. I think that he's right on that issue.
I think a lot of them have a problem with Rep Dutton because they can't punk him.
Well,
One thing about Harold Dutton, he ain't got no punk in him. You ain't gonna punk him. All you gotta do is get argued with him on Facebook. He gonna give you the business.
Yeah,
he ain't
gonna
tone it down. He ain't finna hide. He gonna say what he gotta say.
Can I
and
say
I
this?
think a lot of these people just have a problem with the fact that they can't punk him.
Yeah, can I say this? Can I say something? Yeah, so I think out of all of the individuals that I've talked about on Facebook, one thing that I do admire Rep Dutton for is that he's the only one that came out publicly. He didn't send women out to challenge me. He actually came out himself and told me that what I published was fake news. So I got a kick out of that, man. We went back and forth a little bit that day, and he's never been back on since then. But I respect him for coming out and facing me head on, which no one else has done. And so, hey, it is what it is. I respect him for that.
Now, let me ask you a real question, because everybody want to know out there. You think old 5-star got a legitimate shot to win this school board race, man?
Tell you what, 5-star.
Look, now, man. Hold on, man, because I think I'm the stone cold Steve Austin of politics. I'm a beer drinking, cigarette smoking, shit talking motherfucker, man.
Yeah. Here's the thing, man. You're playing a numbers game, man. And if you can keep those folks from, keep folks from jumping in, running through nursing homes and stuff, man. I think, in my professional opinion, man, from watching this stuff for over 30 years, I think you got a legitimate shot, especially in a straight up race. Straight up race, I think that you could probably get somewhere in the upwards of between 75-80% or something like that with the right strategy. And hey, if I was your chief strategist, you'd certainly be in that number, man.
Well, hold on a second, baby. So y'all know what it takes for you to be the chief strategist.
That's something we can talk about off.
I'm talking about dog walking whoever getting the race 80-20.
Yeah, but I can help you with that, man. I looked at you. Matter of fact, I've already looked at your numbers from the last time you ran. You're polling very strong and run very strong in some areas where there's more than enough votes in the areas where you're running strong to win this election. The one thing that you don't want to have happen, though, is that you can't have a situation where you're out there knocking on doors and you're out there riding around in your golf cart and you're out there putting up campaign signs, the 4x8s and the 4x4s, and you got other folks running through nursing homes. You can't have that. You're not going to win that because at the end of the day, you feel me? Well, you're not gonna win it like that. There's no way you can win because what's gonna?
I like to be transparent with the peoples. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all from the hood. I'm from the hood. Some of y'all from the suburbs. We still got love for you, even though we from the hood. I like to be transparent with the peoples when it comes to the election thing. All right. I don't want to talk about this behind the scenes. I need a chief strategist. You the best in the business from what I can see. Everybody else either them fell out the game or under indictment. You the only one seem like you ain't going to jail. I need a chief strategist so we can dog walk whoever get in the race. The people want you on my side. So what we got to do for you to make that commitment tonight tonight. Let the world know, since they've been trying to put us together and we ain't been together, let's hook up this atomic bomb.
Look, man, let's go ahead and rock with it, man. Let's rock with it. You got me.
All right, well, that's what
Rock
it
with
is.
it. You got me.
I'm in Minneapolis. I just touched down in Minneapolis. I'm going to touch down back in Houston on Sunday. Let's sit down during the week. Let's do lunch. And let's make it happen. Because the people need to see, if you got the strategy, I got the goddamn heart. Let's go get it.
Well, let's put on a clinic then. Let's put on a clinic.
Let's go get it. Now, inside of this strategy, I'm going to just ask you this. You don't have to say too much, though. Will you be able to detect if they're cheating while the election is going on?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm over at the Capitol, man. I believe I've developed a technique along with myself and investigators that I'm going to be working with in this particular cycle. We're going to give it a test run this November. We should have it perfected by the time we get to Super Tuesday, which is probably going to be pushed back because of the redistricting and all that. But yeah, I'll be able to detect real time what's going on. We have several techniques that we're going to use. Again, myself along with a team of folks. So you won't get cheated this time. So if you get beat, hey man, we just got beat. But I don't think that's going to happen though.
My coach used to say something, man. Hard work beat talent when talent don't work hard. They're not going to outwork me. But when I touch down Sunday, I'm finna play 4 quarters.
Yeah.
I'm knocking on everybody.
Yeah, I can't hear you. But here's the thing. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, my phone had rung. I'm sorry.
Okay, can you hear me? Let me explain. Okay, let me explain something to you. Man, it's these elections with the way that they're going now is not about, you can't just think about how much work you're going to go out and do. I just explained that to you. It's not about how much work you're going to do. It's not about how much sweat equity that you're going to put in. A large portion of it is making sure that you don't have folks out there running around doing some of the things that I've mentioned. Because at the end of the day, if you're talking about, if these laws aren't passed, and we're talking about a situation where you're running up against the absentee ballot harvesters, man, once those ballots are harvested, they don't send all of those ballots back in. So once these individuals, from what I understand, once they begin seeing the daily returns, you saw this in the last race with Bailey and Tarsha Jackson. Once you see those returns coming in, they know how many ballots to put in to beat you based on the daily turnouts. So it's not about that. You got a couple things you got to do. You've got to stop that process, and then you have the name ID in the district for which you're running. I've helped several candidates win that district before, so that's not the issue. The issue is making sure that we don't have nefarious actors out there, man. Running that game, man. So we're going to have to apply some pressure. We know who the harvesters are. We got to make sure that they don't play ball in this election, man.
Well, we'll just have some folk go to jail.
Well,
some people just need to go to jail, man.
Yeah, I think you're going to have some of that. Some of that's going to happen. I think maybe before your election, if these guys come in and do what they're supposed to do, about the information that's already put forth. It's in the hands of the Attorney General now, man. I mean, they've got to come in and do their thing. We're not going to get it done in Harris County. If they come in and do their thing, I think that will help some. But there's still going to be folks out here, man, who think they can get by. But I have some techniques that we developed to ferret that out. And if we can do that, man, you're good. You're good, man. With me as a strategy.
Okay, well, y'all heard it here. Y'all been out there. Aubrey and Monroe working together. Aubrey and Monroe wasn't working together. Aubrey and Monroe wasn't working together, but we here now. What you gonna do? Remember, y'all said anybody that Aubrey worked with, you gonna tell people don't support them. So y'all gonna sit on 5 star? I tell you what, if I don't end up on that school board, your crime rate gonna go higher than what it is. Because when they start closing down them black schools, you're gonna wish you had to have somebody in there fighting for you. But man, I'm
There's
back to
currently
this
no men
5G.
on.
No,
Yeah.
there's no men on the school board.
Okay. Yeah.
What you have is you have 9 women. And honestly, it ain't nothing but a bunch of cat fighting. Open session, closed session, a bunch of cat fighting. I'm very, very concerned because, and I've been concerned that for the last, I'm going to say 4 years, that we've had some people sitting on the school board that really don't understand education. They don't understand the inner workings of education. And if you look at the moves they make, you look at the way that they vote, it's like they're doing this because of the people that are behind them financing their campaigns. They're telling them what to do. And some of these moves don't make sense.
Yeah.
They just don't make sense. Come on, man. Why are we debating a raise for teachers? We in the richest school district in the state of Texas. And a first-year teacher doesn't make $65,000? Where's all the money going? What trustee would not want to give teachers a raise? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine on that one. You was about to get back to the 5G, man. Let's get to that.
Man, if y'all don't know, Aubrey Taylor want to see them degrees from Dr. Matthews or whatever she is. I really think she got her degree at the same university Dr. Dre from NWA got his. So
Man,
the thing is, if she can produce them degrees, Aubrey gonna produce that 5Gs, but it need to be from the college
yeah.
in an envelope that's sealed, the way the college gonna send it to you, sealed up
Don't
with
open it.
the transcript. You can't open it. And you notice, you said this last night, and we kind of shot that out there, and ain't nobody made no calls on it yet. What you think about it?
But you want to know what happened today? Yeah, according to my investigators, your girl has started to set up other Facebook page. So we see today a Candy Matthews, no doctor, Candy Matthews has popped on the scene, man. So good luck on producing those degrees, man.
Man, you got to be joking, man.
Candy Matthews, dude, no joke. I stand with Democrats. Yeah, go ahead.
But you know what? The people with the power ain't saying nothing about this. And this is sad. This is sad.
Yeah, but
this is criminal.
Oftentimes, you got to understand, though, that a large number of the Democrats who probably would say something are judges, man, and they can't speak to this. That's the thing and the other crew, in terms of the congressional members we have and the state reps, they're all in bed together, dude. The only group that's somewhat independent of this is the judges, and they can't say anything about it, man. They got to sit there,
well,
when folks. Yeah.
Well, what I want to do is I want to congratulate her because she went down to Austin and she said Jesse Jackson told her to come down there, which I don't know which Jesse Jackson it is, because if it's the one for the Rainbow Push Coalition, they don't do nothing for black people anyway. But she say Jesse Jackson told her to come down there, and he made her the statewide chairman of the steering committee for the Rainbow Push Coalition. I want to congratulate you, good doctor. You made the post, and she is over the STIRRING committee. That's what she wrote.
That's what she wrote. I saw that, man.
She wrote PhD. And we can't spell simple words. Man, come on, man.
Yeah, I saw
I'm
that,
glad I
man.
got a hood education, man.
Yeah, yeah, man. I
Say,
don't know what
man,
to say
she's
about
over
that,
the
man.
steering. She is over the, you see that? You see that? She's over the steering committee.
That PhD though, right?
Man, PhD can be for what it's supposed to be for. No, in the hood, a PhD is pretty hot and tempting. That ain't up alley. But the thing is, you really need to stop this. And you Negroes that's kicking it with her, y'all really need to be together, man. You got somebody that spells steering committee, STIRR committee, ING committee.
Man, this girl,
And
that
you
girl,
people walking around taking pictures with the chairman of the steering committee. You niggas crazy.
yeah.
You know what? I get to hang around a dude that got a PhD. Dr. Abdul Halim Muhammad. I get to hang around this cat all the time, man. I've never seen him write anything that wasn't professionally written. I listen to how he speak. It comes out so eloquently. And I'm pretty sure Doc would never want to be over the steering committee. The steering committee. And I want to know, Aubrey, because we got about maybe 18 minutes left. On the 31st, we're doing a peace summit. The good Dr. Abdul Halim Muhammad, Calandria Simpson Kemp. You're going to see a culmination of people from all around the city on our team that's going to come together to try to, come up with some solutions to this violence, since the experts can't seem to come up with solutions. I mean, we want to know if you're going to be there. Will you be covering an event like that? Is that up your alley? Because every
Sure.
political force, almost every political force in Harris County will be in that building that day.
Yeah. Yeah, Dr. Muhammad's supposed to be pulling together a black agenda. Is that going to be, that's what you guys working on? I
Well,
promised to now
no,
publish his black agenda.
I can't speak for Doc, but I know Doc is probably really, he has that black agenda. He's working on it, but I'm working on another agenda for these people that's on the steering committee, them type of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm working on the knuckle agenda. The knuckle agenda. Because some of you knuckles is off the chain.
So, but let me ask you a question, Gary. Man, what are they gonna do with that girl, man? 6 days they're gonna let her come back. They think it's just gonna blow over and go away or something, man. I mean, what's the deal?
Let me tell you this here, brother. They have no respect for black people. To allow her to come back shows children that are watching this, you don't need to be held accountable for your actions. To allow her to come back, it devalues every time that she tried to hold somebody accountable. Dutton, anybody she brought up. You don't need to be holding people accountable. What you need to do is what you've been doing for the last 30 years. Fake it to make it. That's what she needs to do. And they are not going to do right, because the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, Harris County, is just as unethical as her. They have bylaws. They violated all their bylaws. Carole Robertson wants to run things like he's a dictator. He don't scare me at all. Say, man, you and Lalu need to go sit down and stop playing with everybody's money, man. That's how I feel about it. All this sending out stuff trying to silence you when all you're doing is telling the truth. That's wrong. That's what's wrong with our people. We can never speak the truth to get to the point where we can sit down in a room and try to solve things. You may have done something wrong. I may have done something wrong. Let's admit to it, sit in the room and figure out how we can get past this. But the biggest problem with the city of Houston right now is all these Negroes is on the take. It's all this PPE money, all this loan money. These niggas ain't out here passing out this sanitizer because it's stinking. They passing out sanitizer because they get money. So what they gonna do with her? They're gonna let her operate because they're just as crooked as her. What you think they should do with her?
Man, she should be gone. She's getting ready to make this. Look, we're getting ready to go into a cycle where we have more African Americans running for office. In this case, running for re-election on the Dem side than we've ever had in the history of Harris County, dude. You can't have all these different things going on in the peripheral. This young lady, man, out there talking about doing voodoo on people and all this kind of mess, man, that is not going to ferret out well for us. The numbers are already going to be down because it's a midterm election. Typically, after the controlling party takes the White House, man, that next midterm is typically a shellacking. And when you look at the past numbers here in Harris County, man, I see an issue forming that most people don't see with some of the stuff that I see going on between the Black community, Latino community, and perhaps some of these races that are going to be challenged. You have a situation that's going to, unless something happens to get people back out, we don't even know who the gubernatorial candidate is going to be on the Dem side yet. So you got several issues that's going on that does not bode well, man. And there were some huge tactical errors that's being made right now from my professional opinion. Money can't shake the crime.
Yeah. Say that again.
I say one, they haven't come up with a good answer of how to deal with the crime. What you see happening right now is there's some stuff that's going on to where when you have Candace running around over here, doing the stuff that she's doing, then you have the voting populace who really don't understand what the whole reasoning is behind this crime surge. And then you have every night they're putting African American men on, telling there's more crime being committed and being committed by African American men. But what's happening right now is there's a branding that's happening, and it's going to have a negative impact at the poll, I believe, on African Americans who will be seeking re-election.
Well, I'm gonna say this here, that if you want to see, or if you even want to fathom how to deal with crime, how to slow it down, how to get people in order, there ain't no way in hell that you shouldn't be at the Fountain of Life Center on July 31st.
Yeah.
Because the team that know how to do it gonna be there. We gonna be there.
I hear you.
We don't do all that talking. You see what I'm saying? These people, the coalition with the slab ride for George Floyd. What the hell that slab ride did to stop these brothers from killing each other? And then the slab ride, if y'all gonna do it the way it's supposed to be done. It ain't a slab ride, it's called a peace ride. It was developed by Brother Tony Muhammad in Los Angeles, California, and brought down to Houston by Dr. Abdul Halim Muhammad. You see what I'm saying? They playing with it. If you're gonna do it, goddamn it, do it. But a slab ride is not gonna stop these brothers from killing each other. Economic opportunity will. Them being able to get up and say, I got a reason to go to work. I ain't making $7 an hour, will.
I think it's a little bit deeper than that also. From my perspective, if you look around at the men that we have in power, I don't think that these cats that's running around out here have respect for those guys, man. I don't think that they have the right individuals at the forefront of this thing, man, who can look those guys directly in the eyes and tell them what needs to be said, man, and speak to them and understand the issues that they're facing and the underlying cause for some of this stuff that's going on.
Well, see, right now, if you're poor and you're struggling and you're going through some things, you have to depend on the government right now to a certain degree. Am I correct? These governmental officials have all their little friends in the community with their sanitizer and their water and all that shit there. But people don't realize the government official is the one that's making the money off of your demise. They're making the money off of your demise. So the brothers, you right. The people that need to talk to them, we talk to them. But we need resources. The people that got the resources don't want to talk to them.
Yeah.
They don't want to talk to them. I mean, when the last time, man, you knew somebody was shooting up in the Galleria? Somebody got shot today, died in the Galleria. But see, it just proves what I say, y'all. The violence shall not be contained in the ghetto. If you want to keep playing with this, you keep playing with it. And when it's all said and done, we're going to hit a spot where we're not going to be able to control things, bro. You see what I'm saying? And you're not going to be able to come back from it. That's what happened with Chicago. They played with it too long. They played with that school system too long. And when they closed all them black schools, they couldn't come back from it.
Yeah.
They couldn't come back from it no more. So, man, what I'm not going to do, I'm not finna sit here and hold you all night, brother. You know, I love talking to you. You got a good spirit. And you're a hell raiser. That's why I mess with you. I like people that raise hell just like me. So thank you for agreeing to be my chief strategist. And if y'all don't know what that means, down go whoever in District 9 on election night. Because we going to get 80% of the vote. You can have the other 20. And we going to party like rock stars in the hood once the election is over. I'm going
You
to
got it,
Club
man.
Dreams and pop me a bottle. Because that's what I'm going to do. Say, man, until Monday, y'all, we going to holler at y'all. Thank you, Aubrey Taylor. And I'm the 5-star general. I get with y'all Monday, man.
All right, man. Scream at you.